You walk into a room full of people you don't know. Your palms get damp. Your voice gets quieter. Something in your chest tightens. Just slightly. Just enough to notice. You tell yourself it's nothing, but it isn't nothing. It's one of the oldest alarms your body has ever built for most of human history. A stranger wasn't just an unfamiliar face. A stranger was a question with no safe answer. Friend or threat, ally or rival. Your ancestors didn't have passports, name tags, or LinkedIn profiles to sort that out. They had seconds. And in those seconds, the wrong guess could cost them everything. So your brain built a shortcut, a fast, clumsy, absolutely unshakable shortcut. And you're still running it today. Every single time you meet someone new, here's where it gets strange. That nervous flutter, that feeling around strangers isn't a flaw in your personality. It's a system working exactly as designed. Just designed for a world that mostly doesn't exist anymore. Think about the modern moment this shows up in. A job interview, a first date, walking into a party where you know nobody. Your heart doesn't know the difference between unfamiliar people at a networking event and unfamiliar people on the savannah at dusk. To your nervous system, both are the same category of problem. Unknown, unverified, potentially dangerous. The psychologist Robert Trivers spent years studying why humans evolved such intense social radar. His work on reciprocal altruism showed something important. Human cooperation only works if you can trust that a favor will be returned. And trust takes time to build. A stranger, by definition, hasn't had that time. There's no history with them, no track record, nothing to prove they'll treat you fairly. Your brain hates that gap. It fills the silence with caution. Now go back further, much further. For roughly 200,000 years, humans lived in small bands. 20, maybe 50 people, sometimes close to that number. The anthropologist Robin Dunbar would rather calculate almost precisely around 150 people. That's the rough ceiling on how many stable relationships a human brain can comfortably track. Debts owed and favors given. Everyone inside that circle was known, judged, vouched for. Everyone outside it was a blank page, and blank pages were dangerous. A stranger walking toward your camp at night could be carrying food or to trade, or carrying a weapon to take yours. So evolution didn't wait for certainty. It built suspicion first and questions later. Notice what that means. You are not descended from the calm, trusting humans who assume the best about every new face. Those humans existed. Some of them met strangers who did not mean well. Their genes often ended there. You are descended from the cautious ones, the ones who hesitated, who read a new face and felt the first flicker of unease before deciding anything. That flicker is a survival trait. Running 80,000 generations deep, you didn't invent it, you inherited it. Here's the twist most people never think about. Your body reacts to a stranger before your conscious mind even finishes processing their face. The neuroscientist Joseph Ledoux mapped this pathway in extraordinary detail. Visual information about a new face hits your eyes and splits into two routes. One route goes to your visual cortex, the slow, careful part of the brain that consciously recognizes detail. The other route goes straight to your amygdala, the fast alarm system buried deep in your brain, and it gets there first. That means for a fraction of a second, your amygdala has already made a judgment before you've even made a conscious thought about the person in front of you, nervous or safe, threat or non-threat. That judgment happens in milliseconds. Long before you shake their hand or say hello, you're not overthinking strangers, you're not underthinking them. You're biologically speaking, your body is thinking first, and it's thinking fast. So why does this system misfire so often now? Why does it fire at a barista, a new coworker, a stranger sitting next to you on a plane, none of whom have ever posed any real danger? Because your amygdala was calibrated for a world of maybe a few dozen faces across an entire lifetime. Every stranger's on your commute, every new face in your group chat photos, every unfamiliar name in your inbox, all of it gets run through the same ancient filter built for a tiny world of familiar tribespeople and rare outsiders. The wiring hasn't caught up. This is the mismatch researchers call an evolutionary mismatch. Just for a world that stopped existing about 12,000 years ago, there's more to this, and it's a little uneasy.